See if it shows me. Oh, I don't want to.
Can anybody hear me? Can anybody talk? Charlie,
Yes.
I can't hear
I
anyone.
hear you.
Hello,
Everybody's giving me the cold shoulder.
welcome to my new apartment. My
Oh, you're
daughter,
in your new apartment?
I moved in today to the Renaissance Senior Living. And
Just in time for the new year.
I was just thinking that. It's like the perfect time to start there. Yeah, start again, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Awesome new chapter.
yeah, so my daughter came up from DC to help me.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, very nice. Very nice.
What's left in the house right now?
Excuse me?
What's left in
Is
your
the house empty?
No, the specialty on house sales is busy organizing what's left. And in a couple of weeks, we'll have a house sale and then the house will officially go on the market.
Let me ask you something. How many rooms did you get this apartment?
It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a huge kitchen with a built-out area for a table and chairs and a huge living room.
Can you eat in the kitchen?
Yep.
Oh, that's all you need. As long as it's a kitchen table in the kitchen,
Well,
I
actually,
said everything else is all gravy.
downstairs. Are you not going to get your food there?
Yes, I will get my food here most of the time, but I love to cook. So
Oh, I didn't. You do?
I do.
Bless your heart. Well, anytime you need somebody to eat your cooking.
Shirley, I'll take you up on that.
Well,
Linda,
all I
is it
got-
gas or electric stove in the apartment?
Unfortunately, it's electric.
I don't think they do gas stoves anymore in houses.
You
Yeah.
can still make a poached egg or something. Okay.
But the company that moved and set it up did such a fabulous job of placing things. I'm just thrilled.
Did you sleep there last night or was tonight your first night?
Tonight's going to be the first night.
Oh, boy.
Sein mit Mazel.
We'll talk in the morning.
Come to the end.
Yeah.
Our last service, our mincha service, as we say goodbye to 5783 and make our way in to this new year. I'll invite us over the course of these minutes to take some time for reflection, some moments of pause as we sit in this transition, as the liminal moment of these spaces, of these 2 days transition us into the possibilities of a new year. So we'll begin together in our Machzorim, page 431. If there's anyone in here that doesn't have one, we have some for borrowing in the backs of the room. Page 431, we'll begin with the Ashrei. Ashrei yoshvei v'techa od yalelu chasela Ashrei am shekacha lo Ashrei am shadonai Eloha David Zecher Rav Tovcha Yitzvah Yechon Rachum Adonai Rachum הנה יכול אליך יסבר ויתנו דנה מתוך עולם ביתו פותח את ידיך מספיק לכל רצון רצון יבשר תהילת אדוני ידע בפיו יברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם hallelujah. We rise together for Chatzi Kaddish, page 432, followed by the Amidah, beginning aloud, page 433. Yigadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'yamad yivra kirutei v'yamnich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalahu v'yizman kari v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach, le'olam olmei ol bayah. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh v'yidada v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudisha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata namiran be'alma v'yimeru amen. We continue with the Amidah, page 433. You'll note the version with the matriarchs is on the left-hand side of the pages as we go down. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Anora El Elyon Kol Melech Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol v'Zocher Chastei Avot ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ופוקד ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ופוקד שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים מרחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש שמך קדוש קדושים נקדש שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו, לעומתם ברוך יאמרו, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ובדברי קודשך כתוב לאמור, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו, לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה. ברוך אתה, אדוני, האל הקדוש. אתה חונה ממנו Say shalom imromav. Say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imeru. Imeru amen. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imeru amen. We continue page 441, 441 for Kaddish Shalem. Yigadal v'yikadash me'rabah v'yamad yirakirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechanim v'chonev chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalau v'zman kariv yimeru amen.
Yehei Shmei
Yehei
Rabba
Shmei Rabba
Mevorach,
Mevorach Le'olam Olmei Almaya Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yibar v'terma v'yitnaseh v'yidada v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'Kedusha Baruchu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechemata damiran be'olma v'imeru amen. Tigabeld slot hanavad handecho Yisrael kodam avon v'yishmaya v'imeru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Oseh shalom imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Continue with Aleinu, page 442. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כאויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, עמד מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. על כן נגמר זכר ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We invite those who are in mourning or finishing yahrzeits from this last day to remain standing. All else can be seated. As we offer the Mourner's Kaddish, page 443, in memory of our loved ones. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rama, Ve'alma Tivrak, Hirutei, Ve'amich Malchutei, B'chayechon V'yomechon, Chaye B'chol Beit Yisrael, Hagala Uvizman Kari V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam Omei Omaya. Yibarach v'yishtabach, v'yibar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei v'kudisha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, gamiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May be seated. Good yontif, everyone. We want to welcome you tonight to our services as we kick off this new year. Tonight is a special way to kick off a yontif because it includes Shabbat. But unlike most Shabbatot, where we have a long, extended Kabbalat Shabbat to get us ready, to get us warmed up for the 25 hours we're about to enter into, when we lead into a holiday on Shabbat, there's very small lead up. Most of Kabbalat Shabbat, all of those Psalms, Lecharudi, that build up to that moment, we don't recite in these days. Part of the reason, perhaps, is that we're supposed to be in a period of preparation in the days leading up to any holiday. Certainly in Rosh Hashanah, we have the week of Slichot leading up to Rosh Hashanah. We've got a whole month of Elul, which is supposed to be a time of reflection, of introspection. And really, this whole season started 3 weeks before Tisha B'Av, all of those weeks ago. And so we've been engaged in a process of introspection. But I know that for some of us, we come to this moment new. We come to this moment fresh. And the lack of that build-up, that lead-up, might leave us wanting, or at least needing, those moments of preparation. So I want to invite us, so that we're all on at least a little bit of the same page, into a moment of silence, into a moment of breath, into a moment of pause, as we take this last step in this year. Prepare ourselves to walk into the possibilities of a new year. Begin page 4 with our psalm for Shabbat, as I invite up my mother, Jill Blustin, to help us lead tonight. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer L'shimcha elyon, tov lehodot l'Adonai, tov lehodot l'Adonai, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, tov lehodot l'Adonai, le'agid baboker chastecha, le'agid baboker chastecha, חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני. על יסוד ולינה Magalu Masech Adonai. How awesome is this moment? How awesome are your creations, Adonai. Me'olam kumach shvotecha. Tzadikatama Yifrach Ke'erez Malvanon Yizkeh Shetulim Beveit Adonai Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun B'Seva Deshenim Vera'ananim Yiyu Lehagid Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri velo avlatabo Adonai malach geula vesh lavesh Adonai Oz hitazar Avtikon Tevel Baltimot Nachon Gisacha Meaz Me'olam ata ay Nasu Ne'arot Adonai Nasu Ne'arot Kolam Yisu Ne'arot Doch Yam Mikol Maim Rabim Adirim Ishpereyam Adir Bamarom Adonai Edotecha Nemnu Meod Levecha Nava Kodesh Adonai leorech yamim ay dai dai ay da 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 dai 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 ya da 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 dai 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 ay dai 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 ay da 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 dai 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 ya da 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 dai 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 ay dai dai ay dai ay dai dai ay da 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 dai 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 ya la 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 dai 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 ay 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 da 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 ya la 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 da 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 ay da da. We turn forward to page 26 as we invite those who are in mourning or beginning yard sites this Shabbat and this Rosh Hashanah to rise in body or in spirit. For those online, to enable their microphones. Page 26. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah B'yama divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'vayed v'chol beit Yisrael Agadla uv'yizman kari v'yimru amen Yeh shmei Rabbah mevorach v'yalam olmei almeyah Yibarach v'yishtabach Yiba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu Eila michata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran be'alma v'yimru amen
Amen.
Shlama Rabba min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen Aseh shalom b'brama hui aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Before we enter into Mariv, we will light our candles together. I'll invite Aaron and Jacob up to light with us tonight, both for Shabbat and for Yontif. Thanks.
We're clearly not ready to go into the New Year's at this moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehaliknem shel Shabbat v'yom tov.
Amen. Yesher koach. We rise together as we begin our Mariv for Yontif, page 5 with the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Eved.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Eved.
You may be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher El chai v'kayim tamid v'chol olam v'ayed Baruch atah Adonai Amari v'ravi.
El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Amari v'ravi.
Amen. Avatullah, Meg Israel. Page 6 עמך אהבת תורה מצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותן לימדת. ואהבתך אל תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה אם שמות למעני ויוכל ויאמר ישנים הדבר ובזמן ציצית. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת, ואמת הכל זבקים עלינו, גדול מצוות ובינה וגסנו בנים למלכים. Page 8. השגת לא תחק ובנים
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא.
מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה, זה עלינו ואמרו
אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גיא ישראל.
We read together responsively on the left-hand side of page 9 the words of the Hashkivenu. It's the second bracha after the Shema, peace in the night. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully and to awaken again to life, our sovereign.
Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name.
Shield us, remove from us enemies and pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow, and remove the evil forces that surround us.
Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you are the sovereign, merciful, and compassionate.
Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever.
May you spread over us your canopy of peace.
Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We rise together for Vishamru and for our special verses for the day, inviting Andy and Mindy up to join us at this time, page 9 at the bottom.
Vishamru
V'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam.
V'niyu ben bnei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Yishesh yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam.
Ubayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru
v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Page 10.
V'chodesh shofar,
V'chodesh shofar.
Tikeu v'chodesh shofar, Tikeu v'chodesh shofar, V'chesed yom chageinu, V'chesed yom chageinu. Yisrael mishpat leElohei Yaakov.
Yikadal, Yikadal, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Belma
Divra
divra
kirutei, ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei, l'chol beit Yisrael. V'adalau izman kariv, v'yimeru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam olamei amaya, Yitbarach.
Yitbarach, V'yishabach, V'yitpar, V'yishvam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei Kudesha B'richu, Le'ela, Le'ela, Mikol B'chata V'shirata, Tush B'chata V'nechemata, Damiran Be'alma, V'yimeru Amen.
a few moments of private meditation as we offer the words of the Amidah, pages 11 through 17, being sure to add those passages in red brackets for Shabbat. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. Hey, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. ואמרו amen. Continue page 18 with our partial repetition of the Amidah for Shabbat. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שווה מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון. כהני שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות בדברו, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו יום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, בעון הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעמדו שני עונג, זכר למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצה למנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, צווינו מטובך, ושמחנו בישועתך, ותהה ליבנו לעודך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון, שבת קודשך וינוחו בישראל, מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad yivrach v'yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chaychonu v'yamechonu v'chayirecha beit Yisrael. V'agalav v'yizman kariv v'imru.
Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach. Le'alam u'me'omaya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalah shemei dekudeshah.
B'richut.
Le'ela mikol b'chata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Jamiran be'ama v'imru.
Amen.
Tikabal tzlot honu al honu l'chol Yisrael. Kodama v'hundi v'shmaya v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlam rav min shmaya v'chayim. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Ose shalom
B'romav
b'romav
hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu, aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Ve'imeru. Amen.
We turn ahead to page 23 as we offer a special prayer for this new year, for the birth of the world as it makes its next cycle around the sun. Page 23, we're in the year 5784. We'll read together in English at the top left-hand side of the page. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that the year 5784 be one of balanced and mindful growth for us as individuals, for our families, and for our communities. May we return next year in good health and in appreciation of a year of greater peace, a year in which we deepened our lives through learning and the performance of mitzvot, a year in which we were conscious of the divine presence, a year in which we strengthened our shared commitment to tikkun olam, the betterment of the world, and let us say,
Amen.
Remain standing as we offer our kiddush for Yom Tov and for Shabbat, page 24.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafel.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am v'romamanu mikol lashon v'kirshanu v'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu b'ahava et yom haShabbat hazeh v'et yom hazikaron hazeh yom zikaron trua be'ava mikra kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Ivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol amim u'dvarcha emet v'kayam la'ad Baruch atah Adonai melech
Al kol haaretz mekadesh haShabbat ve'Yisrael. Melech al kol haaretz mekadesh haShabbat ve'Yisrael.
Melech al kol haaretz mekadesh haShabbat ve'Yisrael ve'yom hazikaron.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Well, Shana Tova, everybody. What a special way to start with everybody in person and those of you online. Thank you for being with us. Rabbi Blustin and Jill Blustin, thank you so much for your wonderful leadership tonight. We look forward to the next 2 days of beautiful singing and all the incredible work that's come in. So much newness, new space. The book is still relatively new. We've only had it for a year or two, and so hopefully you're getting comfortable with it. It's quite a prayer book. For those of you who have it in your hand, who own a copy, those of our guests who are coming, we have copies on the bookshelf, and online we have a digital copy that you could find. It really is something special, something much more than we've had in the past. Comments on the right-hand side that give you insight into the prayer, how it was constructed. Comments on the left-hand side that give you some meditation, some things to think about when it comes to that prayer. It gives you a whole new perspective. And then, of course, the traditional words in the middle, transliteration, other things to make the service more engaging. We even have more this coming year. Tomorrow, for those of us who come in person, you're going to really see something incredibly special. Under initiative run by Ryan Posner, Mark Cohen, and Nikki Novotny, we have these two incredible projectors on either side. They're not on, so you can't really see what's being projected. But tomorrow there's a service guide. It really is unbelievable, with page numbers and transliteration and some guidance in the service, when to stand, when to sit. A single page has a tremendous amount of information for us to help us be engaged. You will always know where we are in the service because you just look on the wall and there's the page. You don't have to wait for us to talk to you. It really is incredible, the initiatives that have gone on to help us own that book and really dive into it. But what's interesting is that there are also other ways in which we could use the book that our tradition shares with us. They're not intuitive. A great Hasidic rabbi, a rabbi of Dinov, a town in Eastern Europe, would often pray on the high holidays with a special book, a prayer book that belonged to one of the great mystics, Rabbi Isaac Luria. This was years after Luria's death. He had kept and tended and cared for this book. And on the high holidays, his students would be excited to see him come, open his book, and begin to pray. And he was involved in his prayers. You could see his lips moving. You could hear him singing. But they often noticed that although the book was open, he never turned the page. He didn't really move through the book. The book was open from the beginning of the service to the end, right in front of him. But he never touched it. So the students got the courage up to ask him. They said, "Rabbi, if you're praying from the book, shouldn't you be moving along with the service page by page? And if you're not praying from the book, why do you have it open at all?" And he says, there once was a story from the Baal Shem Tov. Hasidic masters always went into a story. Never could give you the straight answer. There once was a story from the Baal Shem Tov, one of the great father of Hasidic Judaism. They talked about a young man and a woman and their very, very small child. Their luck wasn't great, and they had to move to the outskirts of town. And back in those days, there were these large properties. And different peasants would farm different parts of the property. The whole thing, hundreds, if not thousands of acres of land, were owned by a noble. The noble wasn't Jewish, but had a fondness for this couple that was, and their small young boy. And although he would do what he could, the noble would give what he could, year after year, this couple struggled. Their crops seemed to always fail. Their health was always in decline. And it came one day that the father eventually lost all of his strength, all of his will. And with a wife and a young child, he passed away. And it wasn't long after that the mom passed away as well, leaving this small little boy an orphan. The noble of the property, having a fondness for the family, took the boy in. He wasn't Jewish. He didn't know any of the traditions that this boy should grow up as, so he raised him as his own. He didn't tell him that he wasn't Jewish. He told him that his parents had died, that he was Jewish. But again, the noble just gave him what he could, didn't have any real instruction for him. One day the boy was walking around this palatial home of his new adopted father, and he finds a room. And in the room, he goes in and he finds all types of strange objects. He finds these shawls that have fringes on the bottom and stripes on them. He finds canisters with spices in them that you could smell when you got close. He found braided candles, and he found a book. And what he soon learned is that the noble of the property collected all of his family's things and just put them in a storage room. And that's what the boy found, his parents' belongings. And there was one thing in particular that fascinated him, was a book thick, with silver on the side, clasps that kept it closed. And the boy just had this knew he needed to hold on to the book. So he took the book, he put it under his arm, he ran to his room. Nobody, not even the noble, saw him go. And he hid this book in his room so nobody could find it. And every night he would open the book. He would open it up. He didn't know what language it was. He couldn't read a lick of it. But he would stare at it in the candlelight or by the moonlight by his window. And after a while of staring at it, he would see a pair of eyes staring back at him in the black letters on the yellowed pages. These eyes would stare back at him, kind, sad eyes that would stare back at him when he looked through the pages. And he eventually realized that this was his mother's prayer book. And those were his mother's eyes staring back at him. And he did this night after night throughout the whole year. And then as the fall approached, coming through his village were people, lots of people, making their way to the major town a couple miles away. And those people looked familiar. They were wearing similar shawls with black stripes on it. They had hats as he had found in the room that all of his parents' things were being stored. And he had this desire as these people passed by to just say, sir, ma'am, who are you? What are you doing? Where are you going? And one of the people turned aside and said, little boy, I'm Jewish and I'm going to the high holidays. It is Rosh Hashanah. I'm going to services. And so a couple days later, 10 days later, he sees the same crowd coming through with even more excitement as they make their way back to the town. And he says, ma'am, sir, where are you going again? And he said, today is Yom Kippur, and we're going to the town. He knew he had to see what was going on. So he went upstairs, he grabbed his mother's book, and he ran to the town as fast as he could. And when he got to the town, he found the building where all the people were going into. And he walked in, and all the men and the women were there praying with their prayer shawls and their books. And he went in, and he opened up his book on an empty table. And as he looked and he saw everybody reading and chanting and singing, a great sadness fell upon him. Great sadness fell upon him as he stood there with his mother's open book. And he just put his head on the book and just cried out and said, God, I don't know what to do with this book. I don't know the words. I don't know the prayers. So I'll just open it for you. You choose the prayers that are meaningful for you, God. And you and I could just be in conversation together. We could just sit and talk for this time. I'll leave the book open and you find the page, God, that's meaningful to you. And I will share what is meaningful to me. And maybe we could find something meaningful together. The rabbi of Dinah shared that story with his students as the reason why he doesn't turn the page. He opens the book as a gift to God. And he says, God, you find the prayer in here that is meaningful to you. And I will share what is meaningful to me. So my friends, tonight, tomorrow, over the next 2 days, over Yom Kippur, you're going to have lots of ways of engaging with this incredible Machzor, this incredible book. You're going to be able to open it and read on any side or just in the middle. You're going to be able to look on any wall and know where you are, know what to do, know how to engage. But you're also welcome to just open the book. Let God find the prayer that's meaningful for God, and let you just have a moment to share what is meaningful to you. Shana Tova u'Metuka. May it be a sweet and special and blessed New Year. Please rise and join us on page 25 for the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'atei gedula liotze breshit, שלא עשנו כאויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ, ומשב יקרוב השמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, השב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, אל הארץ מתחת עינו. נקה נגב וזהו. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. May be seated. I turn forward to page 27. And what I think is one of the most brilliant parts of our book is they put Psalm 27 on page 27. We will chant and recite together 7 lines down from the page. Achad sha'alti me'et Adonai. One thing I request of you, to dwell in your house, in your presence, all the days of our lives.
Achad sha'alti me'et
Adonai ota vakesh. Achad sha'alti me'et Adonai ota vakesh. Shivti bebeit Adonai kol yemei chayai, lakazod benoam Adonai, ulvakeh beichalo, lakazod benoam Adonai, ulvakeh beichalo. Lulei emanti lirot betuv Adonai be'eretz chaim, kavel Adonai chazak ve'yametz libecha, v'kavel Adonai. It's with great sadness this week that we mourn the loss of Marcia Marks, the mother of Barbara and the sister of Annette Wenger. We mourn the loss of Milton Weinman, the father of Richard and Rebecca Weinman, Sherry and Michael, Amy and Paul, and Arlene Tievsky, the aunt of Carla Tievsky, and Seth Kirschenbaum. We pray that these families feel the love and the support of community and family during this difficult time. Additionally, we continue to stand with those who are in the process of Shloshim, we're including it with this Chag, remembering Sherry Shaw, the mother of Roberta and Ronnie Carr, Donna and Mark Levy, and Alan and Devorah Shaw, Susan Schlansky, the wife of Stuart, the mother of Deborah, Philip, Rachel, and Benjamin, Herb Neuwirth, the father of Wayne and Sarah Fran and Glenn, Alvin Minsk, the husband of Shirley, and the father of Harry, Susan, Jonathan, and Eric, brother of Donald and Sheila Minsk, and Charles Moog, the father of Michelle, and Laurence Nathan, and Lisa Moog. Today on this... I'm sorry. This is the second day of Rosh Hashanah. All right. Day 2 got in the day 1 box. Today, on this first of Tishrei, on this new year, we remember Stephen Alterman, the brother of Richard Alterman, May Berger, the mother of Murray Berger, Hattie Hirsch, the mother-in-law of Larry Greenberg, Morton Kay, the father of Arlene Jacobson, Abraham Camero, the brother of Ruth Camero, Ruth Prince Lamensdorf, the mother of Donald Zivitz, Ida Goldstein Levitis, the mother-in-law of Miriam Strickman Levitis, and Minna Cohen Yurlo, the aunt of Stephen Garber. We continue to mourn the losses of all those that we remember morning and evening, recalling Gloria and Al Bihar, Janice Gordon Sassine and Cookie Frank, Judge Melvin Grossman, Carol Deutsch, Phyllis Podber, Marie Schenberg, Aubrey Garber Vasilevsky, Alice Kaplan, Stan Pollock, Betty Stallard, Roberta Ben Hamem, Kathy Smith, Marilyn Blumberg, Don Reisman, Louis Saul, Sam Dralick, Rick Blum, Larry Weiner, Hazel Karp, Stephen Goldstein, Philip Medens, Marlene Einstein. Are there any others that we're bringing into our memories today for those who are in our room? We invite all those who are in mourning then to rise in body or in spirit as we turn to page 26 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Ikadal v'ikadash shemei Rabbah ve'amad yivrak hirutei v'yamich malchutei v'chayechon v'mechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael agala u'vizman chariv v'imru amen Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam umei omayam Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu Le'ela le'ela bin kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'yimru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen Oseh shalom b'mrama Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru
Amen.
amen. Before we conclude with the Yigdal, we invite up Nikki Novotny to offer some greetings and announcements for tonight.
Shana Tova, everybody. Is that okay? Can you hear me? Okay. My goodness, here we are. It's been quite a journey, and it's finally come together. Over the past several years, we've weathered too much: separation, fear, and loss. As the world slowly opened up, our gatherings grew larger as you all began returning home. And what a special home we have. We are so fortunate to have our beautiful sanctuary to hold us together. Now here we are again, expecting over the weekend hundreds of people in person and many more now able to join online. Welcome to you all. We are honored and grateful to be together on this sacred evening as we begin the High Holidays. Creating this year's extraordinary High Holiday experience has taken villages upon villages. I wish I had enough time to name all who are responsible. The beauty is, ironically, there are far too many of you to name individually. Clergy, staff, maintenance, congregants, family, and friends all stepped up. Mesharim, Gabaim, greeters, security, audiovisual, and many more. I cannot adequately express how grateful we are and how much we appreciate your help. I can simply say from the heart, thank you. I want to welcome back Jill and Solly Blustin, and although we are missing Taylor due to his work, he's with us in spirit and definitely in our hearts. Everyone, here's to beginning this journey together with open hearts and open minds. We will see you tomorrow bright and early. Services begin at 8 a.m., as does a coffee and breakfast oneg. Our family service and Torah study begin at 9:30. Following a light kiddush at 12:30, we will have our mincha service, which runs from 1:15 to 1:45, both virtually and in person. Tomorrow evening, Ma'arik will be online only at 7:45. Tonight, Erev Rosh Hashanah, we are moving into a time of reflection and renewal. During this time, help us embrace the strength and unity of this incredible congregation. Help us remember always that we are not alone. During this, when we hear the sound of the shofarim on Sunday, Allow it to awaken our spirits and, in the year ahead, inspire us to be our higher selves and live with purpose and compassion. L'Shana Tova, welcome to the High Holidays. Thank you.
We end our services tonight together, page 28. Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach Nimsa v'enet el metziuto Echad v'en yachid ki yichudo Ne'elam v'gam ein sof le'achduto Ein lo demut haguf ve'eino guf Lo naroch elav kedushato Kadmon lecho davar asher nivra Rishon ve'en rishit le'reshito Himno Adon Olam v'chol notzar Yoreh gedulato u'malchuto Shefa nevuato netano el anshe segulato v'tifarto Lo kam beYisrael kemo she'od Navi umabit et emunato Torah emet natan le'amoel Al yad nevio neman beto Lo yachal Yifrael v'lo yamir dato Le'olamim lezulato Sofe v'yodea Tzitareinu Mabid lesof davar V'kadmato Gomel leish chesed kemifalo Noten l'rashara kirishato Yishlach leketz yamin Meshichenu lifton mechakeketz Yeshuato Metim yechayael v'rochasto Baruch Hadeyad Shem Tehilato Metim yechayael v'rochasto Baruch Hadeyad Shem Tehilato. Shana Tova, everyone. Maybe a sweet and healthy new year.
Shana Tova.
Shana
Lishana Tova
Shana Tova,
Tikatevu Lishana Tova Tikatevu Lishana Tova Tikatevu V'techatevu